breaking news that's set to impact every single one of us. A major global shipping lane, the Strait of Hormuz, has been effectively shut down. Now, why does this matter so much? Because this narrow waterway is the jugular vein of the world's oil supply. A staggering 20% of all the oil consumed globally passes through this exact spot, and right now, that flow has stopped. Reports are flooding and that oil tankers are being turned away, with some sources even claiming the strait has been mined, making passage impossible. The immediate effect: oil prices are skyrocketing. We're not talking about a small jump. We're talking about a massive price shock that is sending ripples through the entire global economy. This isn't just a problem for big corporations or far-off countries. This is about to hit you directly in the wallet. The price you pay for gas is about to climb, and it's going to climb fast. Every time you fill up your car, you're going to feel the impact of this crisis. This shutdown isn't an accident. It's a deliberate act tied to high-stakes geopolitical demands. The situation is incredibly tense. World leaders are scrambling, but for now, the oil tankers are sitting idle, and the global economy is holding its breath. Think about what this means. Higher gas prices are just the beginning. The cost of shipping goods will increase, which means the price of almost everything you buy could go up. Food, electronics, clothing, it all relies on transportation, and transportation relies on fuel. This could trigger a wave of inflation that we haven't seen in decades, putting immense pressure on household budgets everywhere. Your savings, your spending power, your financial security, it's all on the line. What's even more concerning is that there is no clear end in sight. The world is watching and waiting, hoping for a diplomatic solution. But every day that the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, the economic damage gets worse. The situation is escalating, not de-escalating. This isn't some distant news story you can just scroll past. This is a real-time crisis that will directly affect your life, your family, and your future. The economic consequences are piling up by the hour, and it's crucial that you understand what's at stake. This is a fast-moving story, and things are changing constantly. We are tracking every development from the geopolitical chess match to the direct impact on your gas prices. To stay informed and get the latest updates on this developing global crisis, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching. The world is holding its breath as the conflict between the US and Iran spirals out of control. Just hours ago, a massive explosion tore through Tehran during the Al-Quds Day rally. Thousands were gathered, chanting against Israel and the US when the blast hit. Israel had issued evacuation warnings for that exact area, calling it a military target embedded within civilian gatherings. Right now, fires are still burning, casualty numbers are climbing, and Iranian officials are calling it a deliberate attack on innocent people. In the middle of this chaos, a new audio message has surfaced from Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei. He's still in hiding, rumored to be wounded from earlier strikes, but his message is chillingly clear. He vows the Strait of Hormuz will remain locked until every US base in the region is gone. He's even proposed a twisted deal. Oil tankers can pass, but only if they pay in Chinese yuan. This isn't just about missiles anymore, it's about turning the entire global economy into a weapon. And while the world is fixated on the Middle East, there's another major player moving silently in the background, playing a very different game. I'm talking about China. They're not just watching the chaos unfold. They're actively using it to reshape the world order. How? By positioning themselves as the go-to partner for sanctioned nations like Iran. Think of China as the ultimate shadow banker for Tehran. They are masters at bypassing sanctions, not with spies, but with their massive economy. They're setting up complex oil-for-goods deals and financing huge infrastructure projects in Iran, all designed to avoid the US dollar. Every barrel of oil traded this way, every railway built, is another chip away at America's financial dominance. It's a calculated, quiet strategy to build their own sphere of influence without ever firing a shot. The question is, how much more chaos can the world take before someone finally blinks? Thanks for watching. Here's an update on the ongoing conflict, now in its 14th day. A US KC-135 refueling tanker has crashed in western Iraq, resulting in the deaths of all 6 crew members. The Pentagon has stated the crash was not caused by enemy fire. This incident occurs as the joint US-Israeli military action, designated Operation Epic Fury, continues. The operation began on February 28th. Key developments include ongoing military strikes in Tehran, the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, and a corresponding increase in oil prices. In recent activities, Israeli and U.S. forces have reportedly struck over 150 military sites across western and central Iran. With new strikes reported within Tehran, according to the IDF, targets are being selected, including air defenses, missile factories, and IRGC command centers. A CENTCOM report states that 6,000 targets have been destroyed since the start of the conflict. There are unconfirmed reports that Iran's new leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has been wounded and is in a concealed location. From the opposite side, Iran has launched another wave of ballistic missiles impacting the areas of Tel Aviv and Petah Tikva, with reports of civilian injuries and fires. Israel's Iron Dome defense system is active. Additionally, Hezbollah has reportedly launched coordinated rocket attacks from Lebanon. Iranian sources claim to have shot down 111 U.S. and Israeli drones. The situation remains in development. The world holds its breath as the Middle East spirals closer to an all-out war. The initial strikes were just the beginning. Now, the conflict is personal. Whispers from the shadows of Tehran suggest a critical figure has been hit. His face may be disfigured, yet he's still giving orders. But wait, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth just dropped this bombshell in a briefing. He believes Mojtaba Khamenei is not just wounded, but likely disfigured and operating from a deep underground bunker. Imagine leading a nation while your face is scarred from the very strikes trying to end your rule. Yet he's still vowing, attacks continue until every U.S. base in the region shuts down. That's the kind of defiance that keeps this war burning. But is his grip slipping? Hold on, because the next wave hit harder than anyone expected. The economic shockwaves are already hitting home. Your wallet is feeling this right now. Hear the fresh nightmare unfolding right now. A massive explosion just rocked central Tehran during a huge state-organized rally supporting Palestinians. Thousands were gathered. Israel had warned the area was a target. Reports say fires are spreading. Casualties unknown yet? At the same time, CENTCOM confirms they've destroyed over 30 more Iranian mine lane ships and mine warehouses trying to force this strait open. But Iran's not backing down. Oil just closed above $103 a barrel, highest since 2022. Question for you. If gas hits $6, $7 a gallon in the US next week, how angry do you think Americans will get? You think it's just airstrikes? Think again. The Pentagon is quietly surging forces. Another 2,500 Marines just got orders heading to the Middle East on at least 3 warships, including an amphibious assault ship that's on top of the 50,000 troops already there. Trump's line, the situation is moving along very rapidly. Very well, but here's the twist. He also said the war ends when I feel it in my bones. No timeline, no exit strategy announced. This feels like preparation for something bigger. Regime change, ground ops. Every hour that passes, the chance of a wider war grows. Latest missile math update. Western intel says joint strikes have already wiped out around 60 to 80% of Iran's ballistic missile launchers and offensive capability. Iran's fired over 2,400 Shahed drones and hundreds of missiles, but the pace is dropping. They're running low. Yet Hezbollah just claimed 36 more attacks from Lebanon overnight. And a wild card. One Iranian missile briefly entered Turkish airspace. NATO defenses swatted it down. If miscalculations keep happening, this stays regional or goes global. This is a war of attrition, a battle of wills, resources, and nerves. Who will run out of missiles, money, or political capital first? And as of this morning, Day 15 is already starting with fresh B-2 stealth bomber missions launching under Operation Epic Fury, not just hitting today's threats, but making sure Iran can never rebuild them. The endgame is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The world as we know it is being redrawn, one strike at a time.